What's up, guys? This is Lucas, also known as NJCO Goats or NJMA Sports Pods, whatever you want to say. And I'm here with Calvin and Declan. And today we're going to be going over the Colorado versus UCF game and the Thursday night football Cowboys versus Giants game. So without further ado, let's get started. And we're going to, instead of talking about the Giants first, we're going to talk about Colorado first. And guys, just overall thoughts on the UCF game versus Colorado. Just a notable thing, and I'll put this up here. This is the most amount of points that Colorado has put up in the Coach Prime era. 48 points, which is not a lot for a college football team, but that's a lot for this team. And I think it's gonna just continue to get better from here. But what are your thoughts?
I think Shooter had a great game, but I think they really won that game from like the turnover battle. There was a few interceptions. I think there's a fumble, but and it's just they played like insane on the offensive side.
Yeah, their defense definitely played better this game than they did in the past. Really clutch too. They had a pick like first drive of the game in the end zone, and they stopped the UCF QB. He was like they made him like do it all. He was running all over the place because Colorado had their receivers on locks, and they were on it. Their drives kept stalling out because of that, and they would take forever. So they kind of prevented them from coming back. So that was really good. And then their offense was great. Sure looked really good, and then so did Shepard. He had a really good game.
Yeah, his first ever touchdown was today. Shador played well. Hunter played well. Hunter, I mean, that pose that he made.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, he's just doing Hunter things like that's just crazy. Yeah, I don't understand. Like he must be in like the best shape ever. Like just week after week, just playing like the entire game and going for like 100 receiving yards, and then he literally won the game last week, and then now he gets a pick this week, plus like 100 yards and a touchdown. Like that's just so crazy.
Yeah, if he wasn't the Heisman, then I don't even know.
Yeah, like if that wasn't consistent, then I don't think people would be really like caring as much, or they wouldn't bat an eye. But the fact that he's doing it every week on defense and on offense is just crazy. No one else has ever done this, and no one else is currently doing this. So he's definitely the front runner and my choice for Heisman. Like this is honestly incredible. It's fun to watch too. Like as a Colorado fan or just as a college football fan in general.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if you're a Colorado hater and you just hate not college football, Colorado football.
You can't deny it.
Yeah, you gotta love what Dion and Travis Hunter are doing right now. Travis Hunter, he might be the first overall pick next year. And the Giants might have the first overall pick. Who knows? It'll probably be the Panthers, the Giants,
Titans, maybe.
Jaguars. Yeah, Jaguars.
The Jaguars. I think the Jaguars, well, they're not going to take a quarterback. So, they'll probably take Hunter. Titans, they might take Shador.
Yeah, I was thinking about it like earlier. I think the only teams that I think pose threats as far as like the draft and maybe picking a quarterback over the Giants and getting a better pick are like the Raiders and the Titans, and then maybe like possibly the Dolphins. Yeah, Raiders or Titans. If Tua doesn't retire, then not the Dolphins, and then like maybe possibly the Browns. But I think it's really just only the Raiders and Titans who might get a better pick and then pick a quarterback over the Giants.
He's not retiring, so Tua's not retiring.
Yeah, I don't think he definitely won't. You know,
At least not yet.
yeah. So I think it's just the Raiders and the Titans. We have to pray on their. We we have to pray that they come back and start winning games, or we can always just trade up for a higher pick if need be. But hopefully we can get a good enough pick to at least get Shador or Hunter, one of them. And then like I wouldn't mind like maybe like possibly taking a shot on like Milrow or Cam Ward or something like that.
I don't want Cam Ward. I don't know why.
He played bad this week, so I don't know about him.
Yeah, I don't. I just want a guy that's been consistent.
Yeah, I know.
Well known. Cam Ward, he seems like a guy that's just gonna be taken in like the late first round too.
Yeah.
He might go to the Patriots.
No, they got May.
That's like that. That was a stupid. That was a stupid take.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe the Jets. I don't know.
Jets, maybe.
I mean, like I don't know if Rodgers is gonna play another year. So I mean, maybe.
He might. I don't know. But we'll move on to the next question.
Yeah, or Rams.
Yeah. Sure. But we have a bye this week. So in I think 2 weeks from now we play Kansas State, and then the week after that we play Arizona, and both teams are ranked right now. You think we'll have a chance to beat both of them, or at least one of them? And I'll note this. Like Kansas State is a big game for Colorado to win for like a huge reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put it on here. Like just because Dylan Edwards is on Kansas State and they got the guy from Ohio State now, the running back, but they're the guy that played so well for Colorado last year. The running back.
Yeah, Dylan Edwards.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a huge revenge game, not only for him, but for Colorado too. Mm-hmm. I think overall Colorado is the better team right now.
Yeah, they're hot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Kansas State, they came off of like a huge win.
That's the thing too. They just destroyed Oklahoma State, who is actually ranked above them.
Yeah,
they're ranked above them, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean they'll be ranked high, but
this is definitely winnable.
The game is in Boulder too.
Yeah. Oh, wow. This is 100% winnable. It could go either way.
Yeah.
Like Colorado has the potential to be like a really high ranked team.
Yeah, like if their defense can just play like how they did against UCF, then I think that like and just limit them under like 20 to 25 points, because the Colorado offense can like they can put up like 25, 30 a game. And so like if they just limit Kansas State under like 25, then I think they have a really good shot to win it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna be tough, but yeah.
Yeah, and I was saying this earlier, like at the start of the season, when Colorado's defense was really playing like crap, and they lost to Nebraska. Like I said, like I wanted to see Dion and the team fix their problems, specifically on the defensive end, and they need to improve going through the season, because this is sort of their last chance with Shador and Hunter. And if their defense is the reason they're losing games, then they need to be able to fix that, like this season. And I think that's honestly what they've been doing. The defense has been getting better like each game, and if they can keep that up, I think they'll definitely be able to beat Kansas State. But it really seems like they're fixing their issues that they've been dealing with so far this season, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly, because 48 against UCF is impressive. So they can definitely beat Kansas State.
Yeah. Do you guys think we'll be ranked next week?
I think so because I think Oklahoma State they're at 20. I think they're gonna fall out, and I think that's gonna leave an open spot for Colorado. But if not, they're like in the
I
26th.
think I think we'll be ranked 25th, if not 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, if we're not ranked this week or next week, we gotta be ranked the week after if we win.
Yeah. I think that if you had beaten UCF by maybe like 3 or 7 points, then maybe not. But the fact that that Colorado was able to blow blow them out
I
by
get
20 plus.
Yeah, I'm watching the Alabama game right now. At halftime, they're talking about Colorado right now.
Yeah, see?
And how good Travis Hunter is. There's a poster
Yeah.
that's doing it all. Travis
Yeah.
Hunter.
That's just aura.
Travis Hunter right now at UCF. Oh my God, I can't see the stat. I'll go back to it. 1 second. I'll read this stat. But yeah, they're talking about Hunter at halftime of the Bama game. At UCF today, he had 89 receiving yards, 1 receiving TD, and 1 defensive interception.
Wow.
I mean, if he plays two positions in the NFL like Dion did, he can probably do the same thing, if not better. If he somehow goes to the Giants and the Giants get a different quarterback than Jones, he might have a game where he gets like 200 receiving yards on offense, 2 picks on defense, and like 1 or 2 receiving touchdowns. Like, if he goes to the Giants next year, we can probably put up like 45 points a game, especially if we keep Dable, we'll probably be able to put up like 45 points a game if we have Hunter, especially if we have a different quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he could put up that stat line if like Malik Neighbors is injured or something, but him and Malik would if we were to get Hunter, they would combine probably like 100 each, and we would just be scoring like on every play. There'd be no need to run the ball. It'd be crazy.
But like, yeah, I think this really like shows like that like Colorado is here. Like, it's a statement win. And like there's no denying it.
Yeah, they're having like a historic season.
Yeah, after that Hail Mary that they got last week, I don't think they're gonna be any less like they're gonna be firing for the rest of the season. I feel like they have a chance. Honestly, they have a chance to go 11-1.
I mean, if they keep it up, yeah.
They play. I'll read the rest of their schedule, but they play like we've talked about already. They play Kansas State, then Arizona, and that's at Arizona. Then it's versus Cincinnati, and I'll be there. At Texas Tech versus Houston, or Utah, not Houston. At Kansas, and then versus Oklahoma State. So yeah, there could be a couple losses, but I don't see them getting any less than 9 wins. Especially at the rate that they're at. Last year they were 4-1, just like they are right now. But they're not gonna collapse and go 1-7 like they did last year. They have a much better team than they did last year, and a lot of people think, oh, it's the same Coach Prime. Oh, it's the same team. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. Prime is a really good coach. Like people, I don't know why people have been hating on him. Like
People hate on him because they know
he's doing a great job.
People hate on him because they know he's good.
Yeah, exactly. Like they think it's just people only think he's good because he's Deion Sanders. Like no, like he's genuinely a good coach, and he knows how to coach a team. Like he knows how to coach players. He's disciplined. He's not like one of those coaches that doesn't care and sort of lets practices kind of go and doesn't strive to get better. He's like genuinely a good coach, and he cares. Like he's better than what people say he is.
Yeah, Colorado gets so much hate, for no reason.
Same with just Colorado in general.
Yeah,
and like you can't get any more recognition than like what Colorado's doing right now. Like, of course they're gonna get hate, but it's people can't keep denying how good of a coach Sanders is, and how much potential Colorado has. Like they were projected to lose by like 12 points or something like that in this game, and they won by 20 plus. So if that doesn't prove anything. Like they can win any game. They can win. Like there's never a game where, it's over from the start. They can, with their potential, they can win any game that they play. So,
hey, it's 3rd down and 10, and they're 0 for 5 on 3rd down tonight. Georgia.
0 for 5 on 3rd down.
Wow, that's rough.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah,
and Beck is sacked. Beck got sacked.
Dude, that game's over. Wow, dude, Georgia's fraudulent.
Low key, when I heard that the Washington coach was going to be the new Bama coach, I thought Alabama was going to be terrible. That's literally what my first reaction was when I heard that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clearly not.
But yeah, they're clearly the much better team, and it shows on the scoreboard. Yeah. The scoreboard speaks for itself.
And the coach.
He got destroyed.
Dude, Carson Beck is just so mid. I feel like all these Georgia quarterbacks have just been good in college and so mid in the NFL. Like Jake Fromm.
Jake Fromm.
Carson Beck, and then who's the quarterback on the Rams?
Oh, Bennett.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bennett was bad. He's just too old.
I don't think he's too old.
He's like 27, I think 28.
It's not that old.
He's old for like how long he's been in the league, and he played like last year or 2 years ago, I forget, when Stafford got injured, and he didn't play that well. I remember he played against the Cardinals, and it was him versus who was it, the Penn State quarterback?
Who?
Remember he Trace McSorley. He played Trace McSorley.
Trace McSorley.
Dude, it was like a battle of the backups, and they were both playing like crap.
No.
So I don't have any faith in Georgia quarterbacks, especially not Carson Beck. And from this game, I feel like he's just going to be another one of those just like backup Georgia quarterbacks.
Yeah, no. I think the Giants. I think they should take Miller though. He's got over 100 rushing yards in this game, and he's such like a dual threat QB.
As long as he can prove to be a good passer in the NFL, like there's no doubt he can rush. But if he can pass in the NFL, then he'll be good. That's just my one concern. Is like, is he going to be a good passer?
Like he needs
to rush too, though.
Yeah.
Because all the good quarterbacks in the NFL have been able to rush, and
Exactly.
Like he sort of plays like
tomorrow we get that. Tomorrow we get the ultimate showdown. Tomorrow night it's the Ravens versus the Bills.
49ers.
Oh yeah, Ravens.
I mean, not 49ers, Bills. Yeah. Yeah, like especially now in the current era of the NFL, like all like, and you can tell like Lamar's won 2 MVPs because he broke the single season rushing record for an NFL quarterback, and he can throw the ball too. So yeah, that's why he's winning MVPs, and that's why he's a top 3 quarterback. So yeah, and like maybe 2010s, 2000s era, there weren't that many like scrambling quarterbacks, and now there are, and defenses have been adapting. So all good quarterbacks sort of need that dual threat ability, and I think Milroe and Shador have that.
Yeah, I think definitely Milroe. I mean, Shador can run, but he's more of like an improviser. Like Shador has like a better arm. I think like he's a better passer.
Yeah, like Shador and Milroe are like flip flop. Yeah, like Shador's like slightly better at passing, and Milroe's probably just a little better at rushing.
Yeah, well, yeah. Milroe's got a better team as well, so I mean.
Yeah. We'll see how it plays out, but yeah.
You guys want to switch over to the Giants?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I guess let's start with like thoughts on the like offense.
Not terrible, but they needed to like capitalize in the red zone. They like just too many field goals. Like if they got one touchdown, I think they win that game.
Yeah, we had so many chances too that we just sold some catches that weren't made from Slayton and Wanda, of course.
Yeah,
and I don't want to blame that 4th down drop on Neighbors. Like you can't blame that on him.
Yeah, that was a tough.
That was such a tough catch, and he kind of got drilled from the corner, and then he hit the ground hard. So there wasn't really any way he was going to hang on to the ball either. So that wasn't really his fault.
I mean, I've said this a million times, but kicking a field goal at the 3-yard line, that was maybe the dumbest decision of the entire game.
Yeah.
I mean,
you have to be aggressive, especially against the Cowboys.
Yeah. If we had gone for it, especially if we had Leak out there, we would have won that game.
Yeah.
If we could have either used him, we had scored one touchdown, we would have won that game.
I know.
And we didn't do it.
Yeah. We could have used him to draw away defenders as like a distraction and then thrown it to someone in the end zone, or we could have just straight up given him the ball. Either one probably would have worked.
This is the second home game in a row this season where we haven't been able to score a touchdown on offense.
Yep.
And it's
7 field goals.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that can't be happening. And that's just another reason why we need to be more explosive and aggressive, like Dable promised, but we still haven't really seen it.
Yeah, they were also 5 for 16.
That's partially because Dino Jones hasn't really proven to be able to throw the ball deep and well.
I mean,
but still,
the hard part was, and you could tell by their facial expressions, Mara and Shane were not happy.
Mm-hmm.
They showed Mara and Shane, and this was in like the second quarter of the game. They did not look happy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was just looking. The Giants were 5 for 16 on 3rd down, so that's also a big factor.
Yeah. I mean,
mostly because all of our 3rd downs were like 3rd and long. We have like 2 rushing plays, and it's just Devin Singletary up the middle. It seemed like, and it wasn't working at all.
Yards.
And also, Devin Singletary needs to just stop fumbling. Like, once he finally gets that big run that goes for 10+ yards, it seems like he gets hit and he ends up fumbling the ball. And it's like, we can't have that. You need someone on the ball. It's been like every game where he's fumbled. minutes. Like in the Washington game, that he kind of sold. He fumbled the ball on like a first down carry. It would have been he would have gotten it first, but then he got hit and fumbled the ball, and then Washington got another field goal.
Yeah, he's getting on screen passes though. Like they kind of just ran the ball up the middle like a ton. He was getting like 1-2 yards, but he was going on the screen passes. They're getting a ton of yards like each play. And I kind of think like he's more of like he's a better like receiving back kind of, because like every time I see him catch the ball, he's like pretty explosive kind of, especially on screen passes.
He's definitely more of like an elusive back.
Yeah,
like he's got some agility, so we can use that.
5'7".
We just gotta switch it up. We can't have him running up the middle every time. He's not like a power back.
Carson Beck ran it for 5 yards on 3rd and 6. Another third down where they couldn't convert.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of quarterback runs, I feel like Daniel Jones needs to scramble more on like maybe plays that weren't quite design runs. Like if he sees that there's not really anyone open downfield and the pocket collapses, he's not bad at like escaping the pocket, but he just needs to like maybe look to scramble, because it seems like he's just sort of running, looking for a pass, not there, and then he either throws it away or he just runs out of bounds for like no gain. I feel like maybe if he looks to scramble earlier, he would have gotten more yards than if he had just surveyed the field and then found nothing. Or if the pocket starts collapsing, maybe he runs up the gut and finds a hole on the offensive line and gets a couple yards, like a lot of the scrambling quarterbacks in the league now have been doing, especially Lamar. Like when the pocket collapses, he'll find a hole and then he'll run out of there, and the linebackers can't really see like where he's coming from, because he's in the middle of the pockets collapse. So if you can just scramble more and find more opportunities to run.
They turned it over on 4th and 1 too.
Yeah, nice. But Mahomes does that a lot, where he just like the pocket collapses. He's good at like escaping the pocket and getting like those like 3rd and 3s kind of.
Yeah, like give a pump fake and run or something. He's too indecisive when he's scrambling out of the pocket.
Yeah, it's not like Jones is slow.
Yeah, I know he's good. He's fast. He's 20+ miles an hour on a bunch of his scrambles. So, and he scrambled a ton in the Vikings game, and which is why we won. Which is why we should keep doing it. Which is why he needs to do that again and run more.
Let's talk about like thoughts on Dable just in general, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
on the hot seat.
You guys were talking about him earlier a little bit, like the fact that they give it to Singletary so much, the fact that they give it to Neighbors so much. Neighbors got injured because Dable puts him in so much, and has Danny throw to him so much. Like, I get it. You got to get him involved. But when OBJ was on the team, we didn't throw it to him every single play. We had other receivers. We had Cruz. We had, like,
Shepard.
Yeah. And even when Cruz was gone, like, even when we were pretty bad in 2017, 2018, 2019, like, we still had, like, reliable receivers like Shepard.
I forget.
Golden Tate, another one.
Yeah, I think that's why we're throwing the ball so much, is because I don't really think we have another really like reliable receiver besides him.
And we're too afraid to just put Jalen Hyatt out there.
I know. Well, you don't
put him out there. What are you doing?
I know. Like he played so well his rookie season. For how many minutes he played a game, and it's just like we completely disregarded that, and now he's getting no minutes. It should be the opposite. He should be getting more minutes this year, and then have had less minutes his rookie year. But no, we're getting him less minutes off a good season last year, which just again makes no sense. Like, that's kind of bad coaching.
I don't understand how you don't let him like go in at
I
all.
know.
There's
And like
there's other receivers that you're putting in that are not better than him.
I know. Like now is the time. Now is the chance. Now is the season because everyone's focused on Malik Neighbors. Everyone knows that he's going to get at least 10, 11, 12 catches a game. More, maybe even more targets. And so if you can put high on a streak or send him deep, maybe the safety is going to help over the top for Malik, and it might leave Hyatt one-on-one, especially if it's man on a deep route, which he can win, especially with his speed, and that can be like a big touchdown or a big play. But no, I guess we just don't. We don't understand that. We don't see potential.
I mean, and this is the second game in a row, or not in a row, but second game out of all 3 games that the Giants have lost. Not only that they should have won, but it fell on Dable. That's why they lost. Dable. The reason that they lost the reason that they lost versus the Commanders, Dable. The reason that they lost versus the Cowboys, Dable. We're too afraid to go for it. We went for it like one time, which is when we had to go for it. Not necessarily had to, but we should have gone for it, which was the right decision, and we got it. And I know Dable can call some good plays. Like, go back to the Dable that you had. Go back to the Dable that was in Buffalo. You were calling some great plays on 4th down and getting touchdowns on those plays, regardless on where the ball was placed. Whether it was at the 50-yard line, whether it was at the 20, whether it was at the 1-yard line. The Bills were scoring touchdowns with Dable. And now we're still stuck in this streak where we haven't beat the Cowboys since 2016. Malik Neighbors was in middle school the last time the Giants beat the Cowboys.
Yeah. And
Daniel Jones was a sophomore at Duke. Brian Dable was the tight ends coach for the Patriots.
The Giants beat him in 21, I think. I remember.
Yeah, well,
I meant Dak Prescott.
Yeah, Dak. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
But still, like, this is getting ridiculous. And Dable has never, I don't know if it's in his entire career, but never with the Giants as the head coach has he beat the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
He's beaten the Eagles and the Commanders, not the Cowboys.
Yeah, but I think what makes like the Lions such a threat is because like they're so aggressive. Like Campbell, he's like probably like he goes for like he goes for on like almost every 4th down.
Much. You can't do what Campbell does.
Yeah, but just just be more aggressive kind of is like what they need to do. Like not to a point where like they're going for it every 4th down, but like those 4th and 3s, like 4th and 4.
I mean, there have been more times where his aggressive play calling has paid off and they've won a game than it hasn't. He's definitely made some like questionable decisions, but still, like being aggressive, it brings like a sort of atmosphere and like a like an attitude to the team, and we need that, especially now that like we have more losses than wins. We got nothing to lose. We gotta be more aggressive.
Yeah,
especially against the Cowboys.
We'll see how Seattle plays this week. Who do they play tomorrow? Seattle.
They play the Lions on Monday.
Seattle does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking
If
about
Seattle, depending on how bad Seattle plays or how good Seattle plays, that'll probably determine how the Giants play. Like because the Giants can beat good teams and they can beat bad teams too, but I don't know. I think like they'll beat the Seahawks, I think. And then we have after the Seahawks, I think we have the Eagles after that.
I mean, Eagles aren't great.
Yeah, Eagles have been playing like crap except for Saquon.
Hurts has not been playing the best. He's been playing like a top 20 QB at best.
Yeah. Defense has been, for the Eagles, has been kind of mad. Especially their secondary.
Slay got cooked by
he was getting cooked, and I think he's injured or something now. So
no, we play the Bengals and play the Bengals on Monday Night Football, and then we play the Eagles.
Yeah,
both of those games are winnable.
Yeah, the Bengals defense has just been terrible. I mean, they let the Commanders put up 38.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like not knocking the Commanders because I know their offense isn't bad at all, but still, like 38, and they lost to the Patriots.
At home.
The national championship trophy is in Alabama right now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna stay there.
No, Alabama won't win it. We'll win it. Colorado.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
They're crazy.
They can make the college football playoff if they actually
keep winning.
Keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
If they beat all the ranked opponents that they have, especially by a large margin, like they did today,
it's not impossible.
It's not impossible. We just have a lot of doubters. That's all.
Yeah, there's so much potential.
Like, we have a chance to make the college football playoff, and if we do, we definitely can win it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sounding like a crazy person saying that, but
yeah,
you never know.
Never know.
Any last thoughts you want to talk about with the Giants? It's
I think Banks needs to improve a little better.
I think. Look, I mean, we'll make this like our last topic.
Yeah, maybe we should just include our whole secondary because
we'll just talk about defense.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll just call it defense for Giants. But look, overall, the defense for the Giants, like, they've been playing good. We held the Cowboys to 20 points. 20. Mm-hmm. That's enough for a team to win a football game. An average football team, if you held a team to 20 points, you could go out and win that game. My JV football team could probably score more points than the Giants did against the Cowboys. If you put my JV football team against that Dallas Cowboys team on Thursday night, our JV football team would win.
Yep.
If not JV, our varsity team. Because our varsity team is actually pretty solid. But all jokes aside, our defense is playing really well. But Banks, like what you guys were saying, I think Banks needs to get more involved. Just our whole cornerback room has to get more involved. And then not defensive backs. I can't speak today. Brian Burns against the Browns, he had that one fumble Did he recover the fumble or did he cause it?
I think he. I don't remember.
Hey, touchdown.
In the Cowboys game?
Yeah.
I think he caused it.
I think I don't know. Yeah, he definitely caused it, but I know that he either caused it or recovered it. But
I mean, I don't know if was that the Cowboys game or he had one in the Browns game. He had a strip sack in the Browns game.
Yeah.
I remember that he stripped him and then just like immediately started celebrating.
Is Adoree Jackson? He's hurt, right?
I think so. Because I haven't.
Yeah, we need our corners. Like
I haven't heard any of the cornerbacks' names yet. Like,
yeah.
For some reason, it takes so long for our defense to like get well known. It's so like at least like not well known, but like to get started at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year, it took us 5 or 6 weeks just to get our first interception, and it was that pick 6 against the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Like we need to do that at the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's 30-15 now.
Come back.
Okay. Yeah, but for our corners, like as soon as Adoree and I don't know if like Drew Phillips, he should be back next week. I don't know if he played in the Cowboys game. I didn't really see him. I think he was still injured, but whenever Drew Phillips and Adoree come back, I think we need to rotate them, and see how they do on covering whoever we're playing, like their receiver one, because I feel like they're for now maybe our best corners. Um, I mean we can give Banks a couple more chances, but from what I've seen with Drew Phillips, and then what we saw from Adoree in 2022, I feel like they're definitely solid and they can be our best corners.
Yeah, I would say Adoree plays like on the receiver ones because he's kind of proved himself and he's like a solid corner.
Yeah, like our defense is good enough to do good things, and I mean we were already playing really well, so at least on defense, we just need to play better on offense. I think offense is really the big struggle, which is kind of ironic because we have an offensive guru as our head coach. At least that's what we.
Yeah.
At least that's what we were told, but I think we were fooled.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the next few weeks we'll see what happens.
Offensive guru requires Saquon Barkley parentheses.
Yeah, but we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens the next few weeks. Hopefully, we beat Seattle. But we'll be back every Sunday, unless they have a Monday night game or a Thursday night game like today. We did it on Saturday. In a couple of weeks, we'll probably do it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, whatever. But yeah, that's all from us today. And as always, let's go Giants.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.